Hello and welcome to another of my pipe smoking videos, and thank you for joining me today. So today I am going to be talking about the pursuit of creativity and its relationship to pipe smoking. And I'm going to be smoking an unusual pipe, certainly for me. I believe this is a 1970s pipe. It was given to me by a chap called Andy. Thank you very much, in a collection of pipes that he very kindly has given me, which I am in the process of sorting out and giving or making them available to other people. But more on that in the future. I've just been bogged down with the writing of my book and various things. So this is a pipe that I know no history of. I do not know, it doesn't seem to have any writing, stamped stuff on it or anything. So it is a most peculiar pipe, and it's got heavy carving on it as well. So it's a rather interesting, and it's got a lovely grip. There's a lovely feel on the pipe. It's a very rugged sort of pipe, and I imagine a rugged sort of individual would have had this. So I thought I'd give that a bit of a go. And at the same time, and I'll tell you what I'm smoking in a minute, I'm actually recording this, as I often do, the day before it goes out, because I'm likely to be away when this goes out, and I'm going to have a tiny tot of whiskey. Now, last time I believe I had a little bit of gin. I'm not really a drinker, or certainly into heavy spirits and things, but just every now and again a little tot. Now, I've got a busy day. It is a bit early, but because I'm making the video, I wanted to have something to accompany my pipe, so I thought a little whiskey. And cheers to you. And I have to say, that soon warms up the cockles of the heart, does it not? I am, in this little jar here, I am smoking something 2 weeks ago. A viewer very kindly sent me a pouch of, I've got to get this right, Golden Blends number 1, which I showed you on here. This is Golden Blends number 2. I really enjoyed the first one, so thank you so much to the viewer who did that. I think his name was Darren. So thank you, Darren. And this is, I looked up to see what it was, and then I saw Golden Blends number 2 was black cherry, and I know that my partner, the lovely Julia, loves a little bit of black cherry from time to time. So I thought, well, I'll get some of that and try it out. So last time I had rat trays. Someone explained how to pronounce it, and I've still got a little bit of that left, but because I was doing a new video, I thought, not that, as I don't really do reviews or anything, as you will know by now, I'm still learning the whole thing. I thought I would have a little bit of this. So whilst I just prep up the pipe here with a bit of this, this has a beautiful smell from it. I took it out of the pouch, put it into a jar. It's a smaller jar than the other jar. In fact, somebody said in the comments that the sort of Mason's jar thing that I had perhaps wasn't good for long-term usage. Well, as you know, I tend, although I do have a little bit of the other left, I tend just to smoke one thing at a time. So I'm not so much smoking lots of different things all at once. So really, by the time I get through this in 10 days, something like that, it's gone anyway. It's gone anyway. So that's that. So let's light this up and see what it's like, and then I'll talk about the pursuit of creativity. And thank you to everybody, by the way, who made some very lovely comments about that they enjoy these conversations. It's so encouraging. It's so very encouraging to know that. I haven't really got the draw quite right in this pipe yet. I can hear it's very too much air is going through the pipes, the bowl. But I'm very cautious about how far to push it down. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. Look at that smoke. Isn't it nice? I do make the effort, as I think I mentioned before. My background is in filmmaking and video production. And so I always use lights. And I've got a light just over here to backlight as much as I can the smoke. Because I'm aware that this is a video, you know, making a little bit of an effort. And a little bit of that lovely neat whiskey. So the pursuit of creativity, and this is part of it, really. This is very much part of it. I think of the videos that I make is a creative endeavour. Now, I know not everybody will think of that. They'll have a phone, they'll use the phone to make their videos, use available lighting. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with any of it. I like to try and, I suppose I've just been trained by self-understanding. I didn't go to film school or anything like that. But I've watched and I've read and experimented for, you know, since I was 15, really. And you'll notice down here it says him and his pipe. I made a Super 8 video when I was about 15 with me and a pipe, and I've been desperately trying to look for, I've got some still images somewhere which I must find, but also the Super 8 footage somewhere which I need to transfer to video so that you could see me with full hair and a pipe, which is a bent pipe, a sort of a Briar Sherlock Holmesy type pipe. That I was smoking for the film. It was a prop, really, but I had a fascination. I've always had this fascination with pipes. So this sort of creativity aspect of trying to do something interesting and at the same time artistic in a way by lighting the smoke is an important thing for me. I don't criticise anyone who doesn't, of course. But this is something, I suppose, getting onto the main body of what I wanted to talk about. This is very nice tobacco, by the way. I like some of the aromatics, mainly, you know, for the room note, and if anyone's with me, they like it. But I also do like the English blends as well, something that's got a good nicotine hit. But I do appreciate the smoke. I must be a smoke aficionado because I haven't actually got it lit at the moment. But I love the fireplace that smokes, and in my kitchen I have another fire that I cook on that smokes. And I'm not suggesting that one wants to sort of put one's head into that and breathe the smoke from there, of course, because it's wood smoke. But wood smoke is a very beautiful aroma as well, and people have complimented me in where I live, and they said, "Oh, are you the house that?" They said, "Oh, it smells so lovely," and it does take us back to times of old, I suppose. Now, if everyone, coal is not something that I particularly enjoy the smell of, and I don't really burn coal. But if we went back and everybody was doing it, then perhaps it wouldn't be quite so pleasant. Maybe, who knows? But just one person every now and again is nice. So anyway, I'm avoiding the theme, which is what I'm trying to get to, and that is creativity and pipe smoking in relation to it. And of course, we know that there are wonderful pipe makers out there who are, of course, creative. And I really must get round to commissioning Chris from Heriot Pipes on a pipe. He showed one the other day, which I just fell in love with. It was just gorgeous pipe, but it's going to on his trip to Chicago. So I will have to sort of try and commission one from him at some point. And if I do, I put a note on the comment. I said, well, if I do commission one from you, please will you fill it with your favourite tobacco and post it. You know, just a bowlful so that I can try it, you know, ready to go, as it were. Anyway, I associate pipes and pipe smoking, as we've talked about many times, with thinking. And thinking lends itself to creativity. whether you be a writer, as I'm still writing my books, whether you are creative with your hands and building a cabinet, or an object like a chair, or whether you are concentrating on, I don't know, a collection, curating a collection and labeling things. I believe that we are here to be creative. That is our purpose in this realm, whatever it is. I don't believe that we're here to toil in things that we don't like. Now, of course, we are in a system that means that we have to earn this money and that we need to have a roof over our head. And we have what I would call dark forces who do make our lives less enjoyable than need be, and demand certain payments, which we then have to go and toil to do. And in a way, 'twas ever thus, of course. But within that system, which I can't imagine changing very quickly, although I do think it will change, and I think we will, whether I'm around to see it or not, I think that will change. Creativity is what keeps us alive, I think, and thriving. I love the fact that people can draw. I mean, this body that we inhabit is such an amazing piece of, I've nearly said technology, but it's not technology, organic something with the soul inside it, us, the real us that peers out of this body, that we can do such creative things as draw, or those people who do those tiny miniature things, engravings and almost on the top of a pinhead. Absolutely staggering that what when you focus the mind, the body is able to do. And there are some incredible people who have such just outstanding artistic abilities. And I believe that we're all capable of something remarkable, unique and wonderful, and that we just have to focus our attention on that and do it. Now, some of those, of course, may be the result of a lot of hard training. Think of ballerinas, to be able to do that, and or even footballers, I suppose. That's not really my cup of tea, but there's a lot of practice, dedication to one particular discipline. But there are others that we can just enjoy for the fun of it. We don't have to be at the top of our game on these things. We don't have to be a Rembrandt. We don't have to be an award-winning anything. We can enjoy what we do for the pure fun of it. And I think that's very much an important thing. I'm enjoying doing some sketching at the moment. Nothing particularly brilliant. But I enjoy doing that. And I enjoy the things where you sit and concentrate with your pipe, because that tends to focus the mind, I believe. I mentioned before, I feel that the smoke, the whole process, the alchemy of the pipe is almost a spiritual thing. You take a leaf, you change that leaf by drying it and putting it through various processes, whether that's fermenting, chopping, drying, topping, whatever. And then you place it into a receptacle, you pat it down, you set fire, another element to it, and oxygen goes through it. It turns into this wonderful smoke. You get the flavour that you sip with the tobacco, and then the aroma. I mean, it is pure alchemy in a minute little area that is your personal sort of world. And I just think this is incredible. I just love it. I love that sort of sense that we are creating something. So it's creative in and of itself. And I think that wistful nature of the smoke is a bit like our soul, is that it's there, it's inhabiting everything. And some people say, oh, you know, and I see it all the time, you know, the smoking, it gets in your clothes and it's on the furniture in the house and it all stinks. Well, not pipe tobacco. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. That's the other thing, of course. I love the images that you see in you know, books, black and white images of perhaps, as I say, a carpenter or a blacksmith or you know, any kind of profession with their pipe. The old sort of, the real creative makers of things with their pipe and their focus, the old codgers doing their thing. The thing that I love about the pipe is it can be very elegant, or it can be very rustic. That it is that it crosses the divide of classes, if you like. Not that I really believe in classes as such. That it is for everyone, if you wish. From somebody who's highfalutin with their ideas and ideals, their creative ideas and ideals, to those who are more workmanlike, who are still just as creative, and the ability of craftsmanship with their hands, with their pipe stoically clamped between their teeth, working out how to solve a problem. Again, problem solving is very much a creative process, is it not? And that is where you retreat with your pipe and you cogitate on something and you come up with the answer. It's an amazing and beautiful thing, I believe. And it's just enjoyable as well. Well, there we are. The pursuit of the creative. Are you creative? Do you do things with your pipe that helps you? Does your pipe help you create something, a masterpiece, if only to you? It doesn't really matter what other people think, does it? It doesn't really matter. We don't need the validation from other people to say, oh yes, no, you can do that. It's only people's opinion. And beauty, of course, is in the eye of the beholder. What one man thinks is fantastic, another may think is rubbish. And that's great, because we don't have to follow the norm. And I think pipe smokers are those that set themselves apart. They're drawn to this incredible, magical instrument of alchemy, and the pursuit of creativity is in their blood. Does that sound all like pretentious nonsense? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. But I don't care. I enjoy my pipe, and I hope that you do too. And I thank you so much for watching and tuning in. This one is a noisy pipe. It's a whistling pipe. So I shall whistle off to the tune. But isn't it lovely? All that smoke. Until next time, take care, be good, and enjoy the pursuit of creativity with your wonderful alchemy pipe.